Good night. Welcome back to Tactical Chilli. Charlie, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you, Pato?
Not too bad, bro. Not too bad.
You're
Still
on
tired.
air lights off again. How will people know?
Ah, true. Yeah, I'm doing remodulation in the back, so I cannot reach my switch on and off. So it's off. And the Mandalorian is off, and I have chili lights now. My wife bought those chili lights. So for the next
Nice.
episode.
For someone that can't eat spicy food, you're really leaning into the chili aspect.
I'm Chilean. At least I have something that is chili in there, bro. Yeah, I don't eat spicy, but yeah, I'm here. So we have not been.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. We have been doing for people that have seen the live streaming, testing, playing around with that, but and also organizing the tournament, the big teams event that went down last weekend. Um, and for that, we have a couple of special guests this night. Who are they, Charlie?
Wait, we're covering the teams event. I thought we were going to cover my sweet Lorcana collection tonight. Is that what we're talking about?
Lorcana Pokemon? I have my Pokemon here somewhere.
I've got my sweet,
Oh,
got my folders already. Jeez, come on, man.
Well, I have Pokemon somewhere.
We've got the captains of the first place team and the second place team with us tonight, don't we?
Yes, we are. One of these captain is new in here, first time in our channel. The other one is somebody that you have seen here many times, over and over again, because he keeps winning shit. I don't know why, bro. He keeps winning the stuff.
That's how you get on the channel. Just got to win stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Tate, if you want to be in the channel, you need to win stuff. No, nothing. Keep playing. So I have guys playing tonight here because apparently I'm a club. So let's give a big welcome to our guests.
Michael Taylor and Chris Bowles. Let's bring them in.
Michael Taylor and Chris Bowles. Let's bring it in.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello,
how are you?
Good evening.
Hi. How's it going?
Good to hear that you are here, guys. Thank you for accepting invitation.
No worries.
As I was mentioned, well, Michael, you have been here quite a bit. Chris, this is the first time that you are with us, which we are very happy to have you.
I'm very happy to be here. First time on the illustrious Tactical Chilli. It's great.
Illustrious. World famous in New Zealand.
Absolutely.
We are famous locally. Yeah. We have some haters, but that's if you are famous and you don't have haters. What kind of famous are
you?
You are.
Who hates?
Yes, we have.
I mean, I hate listening to our own thing. Like, I can't abide my own voice. The real reason why we don't do any editing is we hate listening to ourselves.
Start
Yes.
beef.
No, I'm with you on that.
Get some beef
You
going.
want to, yeah.
Call out someone. Fireside. Call them out.
You
Gaylord.
know who it is. Yeah, Gaylord. David.
That's how you get
David is
famous.
our-
Just get a famous beef going.
Luckily, yeah. Now as the people from Art of War. No, I'm kidding. You were there, Charlie.
I think someone's salty he didn't get invited to the last
Doesn't
Adam
matter,
episode.
bro. I got a 1K live streaming. So.
See, most of the beef is between me and Pato. It's all internal politics.
That doesn't get clicks. That doesn't get views. Call them
No.
out. David
No.
Gaylord won 0 tournaments in New Zealand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and also
pretty much.
owes me money. So
Beef started.
That's wild.
Beef
That is
started,
wild,
yep.
Charlie.
Yep.
Yeah. That is
yeah,
wild.
he
So
can
that's
pay
what
off
we
his
do.
debt by coming on our show, right, Pato? We'll allow that.
Yeah. That's what happened here. So we roast somebody, Chris. Normally is Hayden Courage, because why not? We all love Hayden, so we roasted live here, or doesn't matter.
He is pretty old.
Not here.
Because it's all,
himself.
yeah.
I mean, Chris had him as a team member, so I probably had to adjust to his early bedtimes. Carry him in the
To
team.
be fair, I think
all
I'm
that
older
stuff.
than Hayden, so I don't know. If I become a regular, he might have to sort of start recycling that joke onto me as well.
Dude, we are older than everyone's older than Hayden, but it's just funny.
Yes. I think Michael is the only one that is not older than
Yep.
Hayden.
Yep.
But don't worry, Hayden. You will look younger regardless than Hayden.
Yeah.
Because
You're
you cannot
Benjamin
go
Button
down.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool. But yeah, the teams event. So both of you guys were the captains. Chris, you were mentioned. You were the captain because nobody wanted to do the work, and you get assigned to be the captain.
It wasn't even that. It was just that it was like, we want to be in this tournament. I need to sign up on YouTube, and so suddenly I'm like, oh, that means I'm the captain. Does it? How's that work?
That's how captains are
Okay.
selected. Yep. The person who
absolutely.
clicks.
The person that clicks. And
Clicks
I'm
bonus on
assuming,
Nicotine.
yes, and assuming Michael, you were in kind of the same boat.
Pretty much. I think we actually saw this event while we were all in Hamburg after WTC, and I was like, surely we're going to this. And then, was the one that did the admin to sign us up, so by default became the captain.
Of course, straight away. But yeah, we tried to we talked with the Hamilton Immortals that they wanted to host a big event, and we, Charlie and I, was like, we want to host teams, and if you're going to have a venue that allows you to do that, it's no brainer. You need to go and do it. The work behind it was exhausting, but you guys enjoyed the tournament. We have had very positive feedback, so we are quite happy with that, and happy that you guys enjoyed the tournament. How was the preparation for because we did the pods. We got pods because it's the way to go. They were the pods were voted by all the captains. Were you surprised with the vote of the way you got for the city? No.
I think. I mean, I think that Myung and Chili Cow were probably the sort of the two lock-ins. I gather it was pretty close between us and someone else, possibly Odyssey. We weren't sure that we'd get a top seed, but I thought it was a chance we would.
Yes.
Yeah, down. They were top. I ranked them top seed in my eyes, and I think I ranked them top seed on my thing. No, I'm not surprised though. I think it was the three strongest teams got the top three spots, and then the rest I didn't see too much of, to be honest.
Yeah, so that was interesting because you guys with Odyssey got the same amount of votes, or the percentage on the spreading was pretty much the same, but you guys got more votes on the higher end. So you got some number one. You were mentioning in a couple of the votes on like number one ranking. So that put you on that spot, technically speaking.
That's great.
But they were
glad someone had faith in us.
But yeah, it was the same. You Michael, your team went straight to number one. I think was the one that received more votes.
Yep.
Nobody cared about you drinking or you doing rock band in the weekend. Doesn't matter.
And Matt. Don't forget, Matt carried us on day one, so
yes, Matt.
He's the new hero. His name's gonna be out there.
I'm really surprised because Matt, you were joking around. Oh, we have Matt, and Matt was going to, doing Matt things. And the first day, Matt was on the top 5 on the scoring players.
We learned this. We learned how to deploy him, and then completely forgot day 2. So
you throw it against John T. Straight away.
Yeah, John T and Hayden. Yeah, that was not the plan. The plan was actually almost explicitly keep him away from John T. As it panned out, that did not happen. So
that was very funny because I think you all got very very upset that he was the top scorer on your team, and he was like, "Yeah, throw it under the bus." Got there.
We were proud. We weren't upset. We were proud of him. We were happy for the man.
Okay, cool. Because in our last team, Charlie was the one doing super well, the first day, and then we paired him against the worst matchup, and he got roasted.
Yeah, Apparently, it's because I wouldn't shut up about it at dinner that night, just going on about
Yeah.
how awesome custodies were, and then bust first thing in the morning. Yep, sounds right.
We,
Um,
we bust him so hard. Yeah.
Yeah, but as a bit of a refresher for the pod seedings, what we did was we sent out a form to all the captains and all the teams, and we asked everybody to vote where they thought all the teams were kind of sitting, and then we got back a pretty there wasn't anything really out of place. Everyone pretty much had the same idea. So from there, then we randomly drew who was in the pod. In each pod, we had one seed one, one seed two, one seed three, one seed four. What I actually found really interesting was at the end of day one, the rankings and the placings and going to Swiss, it was more or less in exactly where all of the voting
The votes.
had been done. Yeah. So
Yeah, the only one that got jumped, I think, was the Hamilton crew. The Hamilton crew was the only one that jumped from the seat 4 to seat 3. That was the only thing that was out of the. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really interesting.
yeah. So I guess in the pod system, for those people that haven't played, I'll start with you, Chris. Maybe do you want to talk us through a little bit about your team, the preparations? Did you only prepare for, say, the teams you knew you were playing your pod, and then you were relying on the overnight kind of Swiss pairings to come out before doing the pairings for the next day, or how much preparation did you put into day one?
We put enough into day one, is what I'd say. I mean, what we did was we basically sort of said because this was an interesting tournament because the timing of it was so tight that we had this balanced data slate. It was more than just a sort of a few points. There was a fair amount of change in this. And we had a week to get ourselves together. We had a week to get our lists in, and then we just had just the 1 week to look at everyone else's lists and work stuff out. So we did. We made sure that we prepared hard for the pod day, and we had a pretty comprehensive matrix into all 3 of those games. And then we'd also prepared matrices into Myung and into Chili Cartel, and we thought, right, if we're going to be up against anyone else on day 2, let's wing it with them at that point. But yeah, we were pretty confident. We were pretty confident that our matrices were reasonably robust going into the pod phase, and that we knew what we were doing there.
Awesome. Who did you have on pairings? Was it yourself, or did you have a pairings team?
Alex is the mastermind. Alex has just got one of those brains that can hold his branching possibilities off into all sorts of different directions, and so I look at things, and I'm capable of sitting around the matrix the night before and sort of saying, I can see how that goes, I can see how this goes, I can see how that goes.
Yeah.
And if everything proceeds exactly as we forecast it, it's like, fine, I know the order to put things down. Yeah. But as soon as someone does something unexpected, I'm like, oh god, I'm lost. I have no idea what to do. But Alex can just keep track of this stuff and just go, the brain just goes bang and knows exactly what to do next. And he somehow seems to always get the right matrix out.
Nice.
He always seems to give some pretty decent pairings.
I would have also accepted not Hayden as an answer.
Yes.
Awesome. What about you, Michael? Did you guys follow a similar sort of strategy, or did you look at every single team, or
no?
What was your take? Or did you just not prep, going, we're gonna smash everyone, it's easy?
No. Our prep was more based on we weren't sure on our capabilities day 2.
Right.
Based on the concert we were putting on that night in the Hamilton suburbs playing rock band. So we prepped for day 1. We did a matrix at every team. Safe to say we put more effort into Roosters, knowing that was going to be the sort of make or break one. Come out of that, we're in a good spot. So put a little bit more effort into that one. But definitely still did a matrix for the other 2. I think just out of respect of the opponents, and very much look at it as a player agnostic thing. So wanting to practice for WTC, for ANZTC, sort of bigger tournaments, we just go into it and pretend we don't know who's playing it. We have to assume they're as good as us, and a lot of it's just for our sake, for testing data. So still did our matrices. Tried not to let player skill feed into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And still tried to pair, assuming that it was a team as capable as us, just to test our theories and our pairing process and making sure we can get it right.
Yep.
Makes sense.
And that's what I find as well, especially, you refer to WTC, you never know when a Seed 4 team will show up for the first year, because the way they do it is, if your country's never been before, you automatically go into Seed 4, no matter how many big names or, famous players you have on the team. So you could have the entire Outer War show up for a country that's never been, and they will be in Seed 4. Right?
They all find their Jamaican passports out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and they go
exactly.
into
Yeah.
Jamaica.
I was thinking Egypt, but yeah.
Yeah. Or Patricio
No
just forms Team Chili,
Yeah, and I bring a couple of
Yeah.
easy play, man. Easy play.
No, it's pretty awesome. And I guess, Patricia, we did similar, didn't we?
Yeah, the whole all the data that we put there was the first thing to all the players was it's list and no players. You don't take in consideration the players in that, and you only care about the list and the composition of that and the role. That's it. And that it was quite interesting because I think in some of the matchups there was one of the lads that was quite new. And it's like, well, if I go in you say, well, it's a new player, you should win this game because you're experienced. But if you see the list, I don't think that I can win this if it's piloting by anybody. So we keep to that, and I think was really good.
Yeah. Oh, except for benchwarmers, we didn't really care about them.
Yeah, benchwarmers. Nobody cares about benchwarmers. They are shit.
Nobody.
Especially that Ryan guy.
No.
Oh,
I mean,
especially with Tate out.
People get a YouTube channel and they just think they're so important and cool.
Sorry, I have half benchwarmers here, and they try to kill me now. Charlie, I need help.
that's fine. Oh, awesome. Pato, do you wanna bring up the pods, and we'll just have a look at some of the pods quickly before we dive into, because day 2 is where it gets really interesting.
No.
Preparing for the event itself, like, did you guys talk about list composition, who should be defender, attacker, all the good stuff in terms of preparing for a team's event? Did you guys get together as a team?
Listen, ideally, I think we could have done that a bit more than we did. And this is actually, if we fast forward to our post-action review, I think we were actually playing this tournament a little bit with like 5 good lists, which didn't necessarily gel together as well as we'd intended. We didn't have as good a first defender as we thought we'd had. There was a couple of improvements we thought we could have made afterwards. But it was definitely a case of trying to work it out what we could physically field in the time frame that we had to prepare.
Yeah. I guess so close to a points drop that actually had significant impact to the meta, and then everyone trying to source models last minute as well. Even with the reduced kind of paint requirements, it was a bit of a mad rush.
Yeah.
Michael, what about you
New
guys?
Zealand.
Yeah, exactly. Michael, what about you guys? Did you have any problems coming up with factions, team compositions, any of that?
Nah, not as much. For us, a lot of it was 3 of the 5 players on our team were trying to get on the WTC team, and this was a bit of a the team still being selected. This was a bit of an opportunity for us to show our wares, show what we can do. So a lot of it was I was trying primarily to be a defender. I've been played admech reasonably well at your last event, so when, hey, look, I'll be here as a flexible defender. Cam and Ben very much applying as more of an attacker role. So we had Finn on our team as a coach. So he kind of went, hey, put your best foot forward, show us what you can do in an attacker role. Sort of, I think we cared less about our composition as a 5 different factions and more of a let's put people on the roles they want to play. And sort of make the armies work from there. And we're pretty happy with the 5 we came up with, and then Dan just flicks into what we needed him to be, which is a bit of a jack of all trades, master of none, and Matt was a bit of a pickup to be something stable. He was thinking about custodes, but didn't have enough time to prep it, wanted to play more Atari, didn't have the models, so we decided to put him on CK, something he can pilot pretty well. So
Definitely. Well, it's like 2 very different strategies, but both worked out really well. Michael, your team focusing more on the roles each person has to play, and that translates into more of an 8-man environment. But I guess Chris, yeah, in 5-mans, 5 singular good lists also work really well, right? But then
Well,
you've probably felt it in
it certainly
pairings.
can. It certainly can. It makes the pairings tough. It makes
Yeah.
the pairings tough when you look at this or say, oh, there's these gaps in our matrix. There's these things where you go to red, red, red. We have to dodge that. And in dodging some bad matchups, we didn't get everything else we wanted as a result. So it's
Right.
I wouldn't have said it's the ideal way of doing things. Yeah, we learned some lessons from that.
5
Nice.
certainly throws pairings. It's quite different to 8s, right? Because actually, like Ben, for example, who's playing guard for us, who we primarily view as an attacker, actually sometimes we first defended with, because you can actually attack quite well as a first defender in 5s, because it's almost like that third defender spot in 8s, which is actually one of the best attacking spots you can be in, because a lot of the factions are gone from the matrix. So when you had a strong matrix, we were just like, send them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go attack with him. Let Ben, not Ben, Dan and I clean up the rest, but let's put him forward and push a differential with him.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, we use Jonty in the same way on our team. Just put that hypercrypt out there. Doesn't have a lot of bad matchups, and then trying to guarantee table pick was one of our key things.
Yeah. Table pick for him, it's a big thing.
So
But yeah,
round one,
We'd had in mind that we were going to use Hayden in that role because we thought Death Guard would suit that fairly well.
Oh, yeah.
But what we actually found was, as we tried to do that, we tried to say, right, what is the consequence of putting Hayden forward in the first defender role? Was that when we looked at particularly Hamish's Grey Knight's matrix and Matt's Necron's matrix, they would get pinned if Hayden went out of the matrix too early. So basically, we almost always had to end up leading with either Hamish or Matt in order to avoid the rest of the bad, in order to avoid them getting paired into bad matchups, because things will come later in the pairings process. And we'd kind of had in mind that my retaliation card was going to be a bit of an attacker list, but it didn't really end up getting used like that. A lot of the time I was just actually sort of saying, I've got to take the match that no one else wants, which wasn't what we'd had in mind. But anyway, we'll come to that.
The bass. But
So,
yeah, round one.
round one was a
the seed 1.
seed 1 versus seed 4.
4 and seed 2 against seed 3. So in this case, in our pod was Chili Cow Cartel. Seed 1, seed 2 was Bench Warmers. Seed 3, Ivan and his Technicolor Dream Team, and the worst pairing you have ever seen. Interesting enough, all of these teams are from bloody Auckland. We play each other pretty much every single day, and it is really frustrating, but also interesting because it's cool. You play with the people that you always play, but it's kind of like I drive all the way here to play with the same lads.
What's interesting is what we were told at WTC this year as well is in the pod phase, the first couple of rounds, seed 1 against seed 4, seed 1 against seed 3 is where you want to really, really push the differentials and get as many points as you can, because often you'll actually come out of the pods with a draw against seed 2, like what happened to us, and you want to be up on battle points so you win the pod, and you come out at a much higher placing in the Swiss. So, for example, for us this year, we came out drawing, was it Austria, Michael? I think it was Austria.
We drew
Austria,
yeah.
but we were 1 point behind. So they consistently were just 3 or 5 placings above us throughout the rest of the tournament. And it's just really interesting how hard some of these seed 1 teams and seed 2 teams just push in the pod phase as well.
It's a bit ruthless. You kind of have to try and thrash the lowest team in your pod, unfortunately for them.
Yeah. And it looks like that's exactly what Michael did. Myung, 90 points.
Wow. Against Wargaming Rotorua. Thrashing people. This is Myung, seed 1, Wargaming Rotorua 4. Rooster, they're seed 2. These guys were, I think, also a team very strong. And the B team, that is mostly from Tauranga, I think, the lads.
Yes, that's Tauranga.
Yeah. Then in the pod 3, we have Northern Leftovers against Stronghammer 50k. This is the lads from Hamilton. and Odyssey 40K and Palmy and Lee. This was very interesting because you guys, Odyssey and you, Northern Leftover, were the ones that were fighting for for that spot on the pods, and you ended up in the same bloody pod. It was like
Yeah, we felt like this was a tough pod. We felt like this was a tough one.
Yeah.
We felt like Odyssey were going to give us a hard time, and the Palmy team were very good as well.
Yes.
That I think was the pod with the strongest one most likely. But yeah, you did well. You started started high, also 72 of 28 on that, pushing hard. I'm quite
Yeah.
interesting about this game here. Jacob is one of our players for Chili Cow in the wide squad that we have, and
Right.
he did quite well. And I'm quite. I have not asked him yet what happened in that match, but against the Blood Angels, the new codex,
It
it's quite good.
was, yeah, it was pretty good. Alex said there was a sort of a couple of weird swings in that where a few things survived where they shouldn't, and it sort of swung it by about 3 points. I think it could have been a 13-7 to Dagmar, but for a couple of dice rolls and which went. But that's the way that works, isn't it? The Tesseract Vault is a really interesting pick in terms of how it interacts with a whole bunch of armies. Hamish wasn't keen on that with his Grey Knights, and Matt was not keen on that with his Necrons as well, until the sort of Necron bearer. But Hayden was like, "No, it's cool. I can deal with Necrons." But Alex ended up playing them.
So what does the
Yeah.
Tesseract Vault actually do? I have not seen it on the table this edition.
It's really struggles to move because it's absolutely not. It's 10 inches by 10 inches. So the actual number of spaces you can physically put it in, even if you can 3-inch deep strike it, is pretty limited. But it's got sort of 3 nasty attacks. It's got a nasty flamer attack. It's got a nasty precision attack that can just bang characters out of squads.
Wow.
But
Okay.
his main one is a sort of an indirect damage 3 blast weapon, which just goes, yeah, I'm just going to kill whatever you're staging behind there. Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Vanguard,
Okay.
Kill off Marine Bodies of any sort. Kill off 8-bound. Yeah. Puts damage anywhere it likes. But the fact of the matter is, it can just swan over things and just sort of say, actually, can see over anything anyway. So,
Yeah. I assume it's kind of like same defensive profile as a monolith, so fairly tough to get rid of. The 4+ invuln on tap with the strat.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. T13.
I think so, yeah.
T12 apparently. I've got the profile up.
12?
T12.
Oh,
24
not 13. That's probably because it's open, you know.
It's
Yes.
got a baked in swap, to say, so you don't
That
have to
poor
do a strat.
little Catan in the middle going, oh, no.
Yeah.
Vulnerable.
Very cool.
So yeah, these guys are actually skewed quite hard in this kind of anti-melee list. So you looked at John Anderson. John Anderson took us by surprise with his list, where Alex been like, "Yeah, Blood Angels beats up Grey Knights. It's absolutely fine." And then the morning off, he's like, "Guys, what's the Blade Champion do?" And then said, "Oh, it's fight first." And it's like,
Fight first, yeah.
So this list has got 3x10 strike squads with a Blade Champion each. I can't fight this at all. It's just absolutely nuts, mate. So we had a sort of sudden replan of the Matrix at a short notice. And we're like, oh, yeah, no, that's nastier than we anticipated into a melee army. So.
And of course, it's Hayden with Fight First on his Plague Marines as well, so they kind of just stand there staring at each other, probably.
I think Hayden just doesn't care. Hayden just kills everything. So.
Oh, he's got anti-infantry flamers. That's right. It's all
He
Plague
does. He's got
Splitters.
bonus
Yeah.
AP and just goes whoosh.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was so Drawish and World Eaters Grey Knights, Drawish Blood Angels. I got the Chaos Space Marine matchup, which I'd really wanted. That's what we were kind of pushing for us to get, because I thought Red Card just obliterates that, and that is what happened.
Yeah. Michael, any surprises in your first round, or pretty much went according to plan?
Went according to plan. Yeah. As I said, paired based on army. We're pretty happy overall how it paired out. Our Matrix didn't love Sisters, to be fair, but I said to Ben I was pretty confident that he had play into it. Clearly he did. So no, it was definitely a skill mismatch in this one. The person I played, Alexander, there at the top. I think they said it was their first tournament. So
Okay.
it was a first tournament, commanding first tournament and not knowing what AdMech does is a rough pill to swallow.
Ugh.
So yeah, no, it was, played out how we thought. Matt was the hero of this round. With Finn, every round Finn gave him like a 5-minute coaching debrief of how to play the mission. He was like, just indirect all of your indirect guns, all their characters off, and then he has no. Cause I think he had like detached characters just running around.
Yeah.
He's like, just indirect them off, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did, and he got rid of them. And then he like committed 3 war dogs in the opponent's deployment zone to go and try and kill Magnus. Didn't work, but I mean, got the result. So, hey, that's what Matt does. As we figured out, Matt just commits. He goes.
Nice.
He goes to those plays. He doesn't. He has no break. His foot is only on the gas. So
Play the right army for it.
exactly. This is why we wanted him on that army, because it can do that. So no, yeah, good time.
I like that style. I like it.
Yeah.
Full sin everything.
Yep.
That's why he
We're
played the
going-
13 dogs, not like me. I went with 11.
Or not like Pato playing 14.
I may have written them that list just for fun.
I have strong feelings about that list, but we would not.
Yeah.
Because I'm not allowed to comment in the scrim chats. I can only watch them. So
Oh,
you
right.
guys talk of them, just being like, "Man, I really want to comment." Be like, "Here's my."
Oh,
2
you are
cents."
not allowed to comment on that.
Well, I'm not
Oh,
playing in
you-
it, but I
I
get to
know.
watch them now, so I
I
can't.
know.
My comment rights are turned off. I could turn them back on, but they're I'm only observing.
Okay. You
Right.
after the stuff happens, you can tell me directly, please.
No, it's cool. I was just being facetious. I think it's an interesting list. I want to see how it goes. But anyway, we'll move on.
Let's go. Yeah, Chile. Well, we took the worst pairing you ever seen. This is I'm quite proud of Kier because he wanted to participate on the teams. He didn't have a team because everybody was already done, and Kier came out and put a team together. Needed to fight against 2 drops, I think, the people that dropped to last minute, and he still managed to navigate all this crap. So big shout to Kier to put the team together. Yeah, they well against us, I think was according to plan. In this one, nothing out of the ordinary. Charlie dropping 5 points, I think, is not. We're not going to talk about that, but yeah.
I mean, I didn't get the 10, so, you know. I just want to point out that Chad got a point off Jonty, which is awesome. And I believe he also
Yes.
won Best Painted with his beautiful Sisters Army.
Yes.
I remember turning
Yes.
around. I was playing next to them. I turned around, looked at it, and I had to go and say, "This is an awesomely painted army."
Yeah,
It's
he
amazing.
Very happy
It's
he won.
Absolutely gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love that
it was
he
between.
bases his vehicles as well. I obviously
Yes.
can't do it because that's not legal in a tournament set, like a WTC tournament setting. But I think
Yeah.
it looks really cool. I think it looks really good, especially with his Halamada, not Halamada. That's not what they're called. Armaded Lady paint scheme. They're gorgeous. So
Yes,
That
no, that amazing. Well, Chris, you were not far. You got the second base painted army there. So
Yes, thank you.
You didn't win
Great
too
play,
far.
yeah.
Is this second time that you win? I need to send you the voucher. Peter already sent me the codes, so I will.
Cool, thank you.
I will do. Yeah. But yeah, well, round 1, as expected, no big surprises here. Charlie.
No, I was going to say, I think the only thing that wasn't expected was the Benchwarmers drawing. So I think that was the only C2, C3 tie that we saw.
Yes, I think you're right. That was the only one. But this team also was fighting for the C2 spot on the votes.
Yes, that was very close.
Yes,
They-
they were very close.
they're set two
Yeah.
in my eyes. That team.
Yeah.
It's full of very scrappy,
Yeah.
good players. So
Yeah. You have experienced players that know what they're doing. Liam taking CKs down like crazy. That we will talk about that, Charlie, if you want.
I always like to joke that Ivan's team is like the retired competitors team. They're all really good players that were peak competitive players at one point, and they still play together for fun.
Then we have round two. So you,
Seed 1
Michael,
versus Seed 3.
yes,
This
seed
one?
one
Yes.
versus seed two. So now you got B team, and well, we can see as expected, Michael, you keep pushing your team. You're still doing the same, pushing for the differentials, pushing for the points.
Mhm.
B team managed to take an extra 7 points off Michael's team though. Off Myung Dong.
Every round, we score
Impressive.
slightly less and less points. Progressively, the entire tournament, you can watch our scores just drop slowly and slowly and slowly. Yeah.
That is hilarious. Okay. So here we have, where's Matt? Matt, so first 20. Oh,
The big 20-0. We didn't even expect this. We were like, Matt, if you send it and he just crashes into you, you'll lose so many knights and you'll be in so much trouble. And somehow he just turns around in an hour and just tables them. And I'm like, I don't even know how this happens.
I keep telling my team, Chaos Knights is a good matchup into World Eaters. Nobody in my team agreed. Put me down as a red after I put it as a 4, right? It's told you guys.
I think
Chaos
it's
Knights is
very
good.
swingy. Angron can win you or lose you the game in this one, I think.
Yeah.
8-bound is certainly good exalted 8-bound. 8-bound themselves not as good because you kind of have to rely on the +1 to wound to actually get enough value out of them. But
Yeah.
I didn't watch much of this game. My game ran to time, as most of my games did, because I'm moving about 1,000 models. And I don't actually know what this list was. I'm just looking at it now. Jackals, Berserkers. Okay, it's a lot of Berserkers, which is probably very
Not
good
as
for
good.
Matt.
Yeah.
2 Rhinos, 2 squads of 8-bound. Yeah, so it's only 2 small squads of 8-bound, 2 small squads of Exalted. So that's probably why he did pretty well. He's skewed more into infantry killing, not into vehicle killing. So Matt's send it and see approach probably worked pretty well here.
Yep.
let's go. You guys, Palmy, you, Chris got Palmy and Leash and Northern Leftover. This team, Palmy, is also a quite good team. Yeah, C3, but they are quite corny, for
C3
example.
felt unfair. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some very good players there. Yeah.
You have corny,
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know who enjoys looking across the Perimatrix at the Triple Exorcist Sisters list. Just look at that. No one really wanted to play into that. So again, I kind of got. I think this is the start of. We sort of saying, right, Chris is probably going to get blown out the least by this. Let's see what happens. So I went in there and sort of took them on. I was quite pleased to come back with a 9 from that. And then the rest of the team went on and win it. With them.
So interestingly, your role as an attacker, after the first round, you've kind of gone, well, actually, I'm now kind of a defender. I'm jumping on the grenade. I'm taking the hardest list.
Absolutely transitioned to that, yeah. Because actually the I don't know if we could have anticipated the meta better, but particularly the Blood Angels, the Necrons, and the Grey Knights all had some gaps in the Matrix, which really dictated how we had to do the pairings and also dodge those really bad matchups. Which generally speaking meant that then I was often sort of put in a position to sort of try and say, right, let's get what I can out of this.
Yeah, I can see.
We'd also looked at the sort of the Tau list, and there was the Tiger Shark in that, and I don't know.
This is the Tiger Shark.
This is the Tiger Shark. This is the Tiger Shark. And people looked at the Tiger Shark and said, "Oh, this is nasty." I was like, "It can't land anywhere. It can't land anywhere." You basically sort of say, right, you can plan out where this thing can actually physically land on the board, because its wings can't overhang a small wall. So the number of places you can actually physically fit the thing is very small. You just stand someone there, and the plane just goes whoosh off the board without ever firing. I think Hayden allowed it to fire once before it basically just continuously flew off the board every turn. So
I feel like Michael's getting PTSD though.
I didn't even know I was there. I must have consciously just blanked them out.
Blanked it out.
Like, I don't see them anymore. It's like that Black Mirror episode where you just get like blanked out in society. That's what I do to tiger sharks nowadays.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's not good, eh? But yeah, that list is always an interesting one. I'm again surprised here the Alex with the Aldari list. That is quite interesting list. Went to a tie with Alex.
The Alex Mirror.
The Alex mirror.
The Alex on Alex. I mean, I think that's possibly a reflection on how these first pass lists are coming out for Blood Angels. That Alex kind of picked the sort of list that seems to have been played a fair amount, with big blobs of Death Company, big blobs of Sandguard, and having sort of 3 big units. And he basically just found that he was really having trouble tracking down the MSU Eldar jumping all over the place. He just actually couldn't kill enough each turn to really build up a convincing margin.
Interesting. I mean, it's early days for Blood Angels, right? No one's really tested the lists in a competitive meta. It's coming back in without all of the best units that it had before. Sandguard also changing dramatically. I think an MSU Blood Angels list would be quite interesting.
It would, but it doesn't hit quite as hard as the old Blood Angels did. And
No,
I don't know if they sort of trade quite as well as the sort of the Blood Angels list traditionally always have done with the Sons of Sanguinius.
But they finally have advance in charge, so.
Yes, which is great when you can sort of send a massive block of Sanguinary Guard all the way across the table in one go. But if it's like, if you're going down to the MSU and sending a small brick, how much does that do? I don't know.
All right, so round 2 for us. Round 3 for us. Round 2.
We went against Ivan and his Technicolor Dream Team.
We can skip this round. We don't need to.
No. We want to hear.
Maybe we'll release you with the 20.
Chaos Knight lost against Necrons. What happened there, Charlie?
I thought we banned secret missions, but apparently we didn't.
Secret mission. Yeah.
No, that was interesting. I had it down as a drawish game anyway, between 8 to 12. So I did hit my matrix, but it was basically a 10-10 throughout the entire game, and then Liam secret missioned me and managed to score that. So that's one around. So going into his turn 5, he had 4 points on primary, and this was Burden of Trust. So I had managed to deny all of his primary except for the 2 that he guarded. He had more units on the table than I did, so he just took 3 objectives and went, here's my 20 primary points. Guess I win.
Nice.
But it's just the rates. He had, I think Chris and Matt and your team had 1 unit of rates running in Awakened, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so Liam had 2 units of max rates with Technos. And it's just, I was going in, I was epic challenging, killing the Technomancer, and then it gets back up, gets the Phenopain again, and it's just too much to deal with. I did get lucky
Liam
around
loves
turn.
his rates.
Yeah, he does. He does. And the only way I killed one of them. The only way I killed one of them was I managed to battle shock the race and then picked it up in one turn, but I couldn't deal with the second brick. Yeah. And the knights just died by attrition.
Pretty much. We got this one was interesting matchup, but Ashley coming with the tie was good for us. Very, very good. Jonty doing Jonty stuff. Doing Jonty.
Can I ask you, fellas, how were you using Ashley? Because that was, the Imperial Agents is a bit of a mystery list. We just know of it as a lot of OC and a lot of invulnerable saves, and weren't sure exactly what you're going to be doing with it.
Unless you are Michael and you have already played twice and you know what they do exactly.
Yeah.
It is a defender mostly list because they can tank and they can endure and they are, trade. They can pop more OC, so they go and take an objective back and say, okay, cool, I'm 30 OC. What you can do? They can remove battle shocks on some of the units with tokens. So they are quite reliable to play the game. Secondaries at least also. And they just throw bodies at you. And it's like, okay, cool. What else you can do? And
so
Ashley did. Yeah.
I was going to say because Ashley was tossing up between Agents and GSE, because GSE just had the points drop, and he's got all the model for Outlander Claw, and it's a very similar play style that he's played before. We're also thinking about he played Grey Knights at NZTC, which he did pretty well, so we're also thinking Grey Knights. But Agents was one of those things where, look, we need somebody that can just deal with whatever list that the rest of the team doesn't want to deal with. And as maybe if Jonty goes out as first defender, picks a nice matchup, gets his table, then Ashley goes out as a second defender.
Then just take whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and the intent is me and Josh on double nights. We go pin the lists that really don't want to deal with heavy vehicles. And Patricia is
like
kind of
that.
like, we'll just run at you and stop you scoring, and that's how Space Wolves win, apparently.
Yes.
And there was also the element of, except for Michael, nobody else would really know what Imperial Agent does as well, and just underestimate how much you need to dedicate to killing those units because they just have all the random tricks in the world. I remember after one round I was walking around and I heard someone walk past talking to the mates going, Imperial Agents can 18-inch grenade strat. What the what? Why is that even a rule? Like, do they have grenade launchers? Because Space Marines don't have actual grenade launchers but can't do it. Just like all these little random tricks that people don't expect.
Yeah.
But he was our guy to go in and get 10 points, and that was it.
Yeah.
If he gets
Makes
more
sense.
than 10, it is amazing. If not, he took the bad matchup from everybody else and get us the points there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, that's a great tool.
pretty much. Where's the other one? Oh, that's it. This round. Yeah.
That's round
cool.
2.
Yeah, cool. Round 2. Round 3, last one and the most complex for all the teams basically because it's seed 2 against seed 1, and you guys took Odyssey.
This was the
I
matchup
think-
we'd been looking forward to in the pod phase, and we had to put you on
Yes.
stream for it as well. Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
put it on
So
stream.
pretty sure Hayden went into Alex on the stream. Alexis,
Yes, Hayden
Yeah.
and against Alexis. It's on the stream, and then you have Ollie. Oh, you took Ollie with the GSC.
I
GSC.
took Ollie to the GSC with the Eric Plathuris list that was like, oh my god, this is a fun thing. I played a few games into GSC. I've probably played more into GSC than most people have. I've played against Tate. I've played against Dean Oldham a few times. And it was like I've got enough empty infantry decker that if he goes badly on his regen rolls, I could win this convincingly. He didn't roll badly on his regen rolls. It's just like there's something you can do. They just keep coming and just jumping onto your objectives. And
of course they count as being reserves now, so you could kill them. They can rapid ingress in, they could deep strike back in, and
they don't have to come
if
from
you
overwatch them, they just come up again and then just charge again, and they sort of make the charge again. It's really frustrating. But yeah, in the end, I was was quite happy to get 8 points out of that with the way that game. Oliver's a fantastic player. He's really
just out of curiosity, did you have this down as a draw, a minor loss, or a win?
I put it on the matrix as a 10 because this could go in any direction. I think that's something you've got to be aware of with Jinx. I think that's part of the sort of magic of the Jinx Seal is it's so unpredictable because of the regeneration mechanic. You might find that your game plan just gets completely blown out because they get 6 extra units and they get an extra 50 OC and they come a park 50 OC on your objectives and that's a 4-point swing.
Yeah, I mean, you could be playing against 2,000 points of GSE, or 3,500 points of GSE. You just don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've yet to find the way to sort of actually. I always seem to with GSE. I always seem to end up fighting them on the objectives and not being able to project a screen back to stop the reinforcements and just reappearing there. Hurrah! Let's go again.
Have I talked to you about 300 Kroot? You should think about 300 Kroot.
Did I think I mentioned in the sort of the chat at the start that I am moving on as my next project to many Kroot. I don't think you get to 300. I think that's the maximum. It's less than that, but
Charlie, what is John T says? How many Kroots can
kill a Land Raider? 20 kills a Land Raider.
Mathematically,
it's possible. It's possible. It's not probable, but it is possible.
Some Johnny math right there.
Yeah.
It's actually Charlie maths. He doesn't believe me.
Elsewhere, we had Matt had got a good result into the Guard. Hamish got good results into the Dark Angels. Can't remember how that one went actually. I was playing very sweaty right up to the last minute, so I was only vaguely aware of what was going on elsewhere. Alex told me afterwards that him and Chris Foss basically sort of had a bit of a standoff where they're like, we can each kill each other, but neither of us can kill each other convincingly enough, so they both just caged it out and came to a 10-10.
Yeah. They're also both very cautious players. They won't just go out to initiate and just to see what happens. Having played both of them, all top-notch players, and a 10-10 is not not a surprise. But it does look like it's shaping up that Chris, you and Dugmore are both more kind of like the defender players in the list in your team now, consistently getting that 8 to 12 range.
That's kind of how it turned out. Well, this far, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's more to come.
My
Excellent.
results unfortunately go downhill from here. But
Oh, damn.
there we go.
Myung, you got the Roosters. Another very tough. This is a tough team. They have quite a experience. They know what they're doing. They have also in this one team with the Chaos Knight. I was going to mention World, but then I saw only 1 point. I'm going to skip that. And Stefan with the bloody needs and the Vanguard. So how was this? You got Luke on the Militarium 1010, so I'm guessing you went to do your job, you feign and bring back the points.
Yeah. Admittedly, we timed out at the bottom of turn 4. Actually went a bit over time to get the bottom of turn 4. Both of us clocked out, and had it played further, I think Luke gets me probably 12-8, 11-9, depending.
Right.
He was up by about 2 points. He played a very cagey game. The board wasn't great for my firing angles, but otherwise, no one particularly wanted this matchup. I was happy to take it and power my way through it. The big hero, though, again, Matt Strange.
Matt
15
Strange.
points. We were pretty happy with this matchup, and we told him, Matt, all you do is you walk 3 knights onto each objective, and you use their massive bases to physically block out all of the demons, and then they never kill you. Because it was like a million, what were the pink horrors and blue horrors?
Just pink horrors.
Yeah,
Yes.
can we call out this
Horrors.
list as a really cool list? It's like 60
Yes.
blue horrors, 60 pink horrors, 20 odd Nurglings, and a few
This list is
sword characters.
the
quite
Blue
something.
Scribes, the Changeling, the Mask of Slaanesh, and then Blue Horrors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Blue Horrors, Nurglings 1, 2, 3, 4, Pink Horrors 1, 2, 3,
Pretty sure it was
4,
6 squads as
5,
well.
6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
And that's
we
it.
counted them as 120.
And that's
120
it.
horrors to start off with.
There wasn't a lot to it. Well, there was a lot to it, but there wasn't a lot that could kill knights. So we're like, Matt, literally you can just park 3 on each objective, put them on the clock, and do nothing else, and you'll win. Like, there is no way he can score primary off you if you do that, and that's, I think, what happened. He was behind me, I'd periodically turn around, and like, one knight would die, and I'd turn around an hour later, another knight is dead. But Matt was chipping away at him faster than the knights were dying, and they were taking up so much space. I'm like, Matt, form a triangle. Think of 3 in a triangle, put that on the objective. Just block them out. Then
Very
who
cool.
cares? So,
And
No,
this
that was
round
good.
was linchpin as well, wasn't it? So holding the primary was the key to winning.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we said you'll win a primary game. And I said use a couple of, use 9 knights to sit on the objectives and use all the rest to play secondaries. At that point, you're
Easy.
fine. Like, you'll week out a win. So,
Yeah, that was. And then Hayden doing
Doing
bad
damn
stuff
things.
to James. Yeah.
I don't. That was on the other end. I didn't really know. I didn't hear much about that game. But Dan doing damn
That's
things.
interesting. Yeah. And Cam came back with the win here against the. But Cam already had played this matchup a couple of times, so he knows what is happening, and Cam learns quite fast from the matchups that he has priority.
Yeah,
Previously?
prior played. Yeah,
Yeah.
he played at your singles event, so he knew what this was.
Yeah.
He knew what it was going to do. We didn't mind this matchup. We also didn't mind it into me. But this was just the way that the pairings fell out. So
There
we're
was
happy
that,
overall.
And
So
team,
did you get the pairings you wanted? Like the matchups, this is more or less what you were going for, or did you feel like anything wasn't optimal going into when the game started?
No, I think we wanted either myself or Matt into the demons because we had the firepower to get through them.
Yep.
I think Matt in hindsight was the best because he just does exactly what he does now. It's
Oh,
in
yeah,
the world where they
absolutely,
they pressure me and I can't put enough shots downfield.
Yeah.
We thought, the rest of them I think we're all pretty comfortable with. We were fine that we would eke out draws across most of them, or as close to draws as we could.
Yep.
And if one of them flips up, which Dan's did, then we knew we would be all right. So no, we're pretty happy coming out of this.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Then we got the bench warmers. This one was the one in our metrics in that was going to be one of those tough ones, but we ended up getting all on the green, which was quite surprising. Yeah,
What were you worried about in that? Because it looks like it went quite well.
yes, yeah. Actually, here, John T. David Match was so stoked that he brought back 4 points from John T. Who was not at 20 home.
Oh, did you get 13 part? Okay, you went to Ryan. I was going to say, was Jonty the lowest scoring person in the team? Because that would.
Nah, no. But I broke my streak of losing against Chaos Knight this time. I was,
CSM, yeah.
Yeah, CSM, and I don't know how I ended up there because that was my worst matchup on the Matrix, and I told you, this is not what I want. And then they go and say I was organizing a streaming or something. I was like, who I'm playing? CSM. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, go. Yeah, okay, go. Let's go. But yeah, I'm really stoked that I managed to bring the point. So yeah, slowest score of the team, but it's a big win for me, Charlie.
That was pretty good. So I think at that point, at the end of day one, Michael, your team was in first place. Chris, I think you guys were in second and we were in third. So pretty much how.
I think
how
it was
the
the other way
season
around
gets spread
because no, I think we were in third because we ended up
you were in
going
third?
down on day two.
We played you guys.
Oh, right, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. We got the second for points because this one was the one that put us up.
Yeah, that's right. No, I remember now.
Yeah.
Because we were saying, damn, we scored too high. Now we got to play Myung around early. Didn't want that.
Everyone's got to face the dong at some point.
Yes, you need to face the
That's
dog.
fair.
Can't dodge it.
So
No.
yes, so.
But I guess
for-
on the other side, it's really nice because we got the time overnight to prep and do the pairings and matrix, and then going through the lists again to make sure we haven't missed any little enhancement or something that we had missed before. So
didn't work.
that was
didn't
good.
work that well, bro.
Yeah.
Didn't work
We'll
that
talk-
well.
So
We'll talk
day
about that.
two, so obviously Roosters were in fourth place coming out of pods,
They were.
and then they went into Northern Leftover. So Chris, tell us about this round.
So yeah, obviously this is Roosters' second match into a Seed 1 team. We'd looked at this matrix night before. We did it. We hadn't prepared this in advance because we thought that potentially we were playing both of you guys. So in day two, and we ran this kind of simulated pairings a couple of times. And in every matchup where someone other than me went into Tim's Chaos Knights, we lost. So that's fine. I will take the Chaos Knights matchup. Now, would you believe we're nearly a year and a half into the edition, and that's the first time I've actually played Chaos Knights.
Oh wow!
So
Okay.
Wow.
So that's like I know in principle what they do. I know the ideas, but just that first time of experiencing, this is how far I can go through all these walls, and there's not much you can do about it. Was a bit of an educational experience, and playing against that on Purge, the foe as well, was not ideal.
Of course.
So
Ooh,
I was actually reasonably happy to get 4 points of that matchup in the end. And for a masterclass on how not to play into Chaos Knights, this was streamed, so that's still available on your channel to get back and
Oh, excellent! I
watch
might have
again
to go and watch
afterwards.
that.
Yeah. So
Yes, it's on the
but
stream.
I felt like I was under the bus for the Chaos Knights for that one, but that got everyone else the matchups we wanted, and
Yep.
so we were just like, we just took out the list. We've been talking again a lot about Ronan's Demons list. We all wanted to get a Demons list. We all wanted to play that list just to see how it turned out. And in this one, you see Alex goes from 10, 10, 10 to 19, where he's like,
19, wow.
the Blood Angels just ripped them
Mince
off.
it.
Yeah, just absolutely tore it.
Pretty much. Tag and destroy. You got all the matchups. Oh, this is Hamish bringing the 10 points against the.
Yeah, against Steven, and then Hayden and Matt just we're reasonably confident with Matt's Necrons into guard, and Hayden just beats everything. So yeah,
Yeah.
Hayden's list specifically, like I think Waddle had a very infantry heavy Marines list,
yes,
and
yes,
Hayden's list just minces infantry.
yeah.
Pretty much.
I don't know how we caught the teleporting Centurions, but we obviously did in some way. Possibly with Mortarion.
That makes sense. And then the Dong.
The Dong.
The Dong. We
Dong
grabbed
versus
the
the
Dong.
cartel.
We had the Dong. And the Dong. The sleep
We let it
Dong.
slip through our hands.
Yeah.
Too well lubricated.
Yeah.
Wait, can I say that? Are we an IRA team? I still don't know if we're an IRA team channel.
Yes, we are. We are. I marked our content that is not for kids. Don't worry.
I think we discussed it, and I think we actually wanted to pair for a draw in this one.
Yes.
Because we knew that, the Dong had a higher battle point total than us. If we paired for a draw, it's likely that we would get the strategic pair down into round 5 and play someone a little bit softer.
Yeah.
But it didn't work, did it? It didn't work.
Well, almost. We almost did this. This one, I think, was one of the ones that took us out completely from the matrix. We were not expecting a 20-0, but Dan doing Dan things goes and pulled 24 wounds in a night straight to the obliteration.
One T-fix just takes out the Crusader, I think it was.
They do, right?
Yeah.
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 That's a swing.
24 wounds. And that was this match lasted like 20 minutes, something like that.
It was over
Really?
quickly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like half an hour and it was done.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
good.
okay. Crikey.
I think Josh had already lost 2 or 3 of the big knights by turn 2, something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing to do there.
Like the
Michael,
angles
you,
on the table.
yeah,
quite a bit.
were very good.
Yeah.
The shooting angles weren't great. I don't think you realised where the shooting angles were. And
Yeah.
then, Dan
Yeah,
pulled the casino lever and he won the jackpot. So
Yeah,
Happens.
pretty much.
I mean, in hindsight, because I think we had choice of matchups there, what we should have done is have Imperial Knights take Ben on guard. So he would have been able to bring back some points. Whereas me going into Dan, I don't think it would have been a 20. Because just with my knights being a lot more activations for Dan having to shoot off and being able to hide behind terrain a little bit better. And if he does come out, all the AP5 on the Brigands just cut through most of his stuff. So yeah, I think that would have been in hindsight probably a better matchup. Because I'm not a good matchup into guard as well. I only sort of scraped past that on an 11 because it was Purge and I went second. And I spent the whole game killing everything I could kill just to keep one kill ahead of Ben. And it doesn't help when Ben overwatches a full health carnivore to death and when I try to charge him. Yeah, it was a really fun game.
Interesting. Yeah, you got Michael again. We throw to you the Imperial Legends. Like,
on
let's
Purge.
go.
Last time I played them was on Purge as well. So
Yes,
it's
we
just
know.
the ultimate
Same
deja
mission.
vu. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was
And
okay.
the
Like we were expecting between 8 to 10 for Ash against you because we decided apart from Pato, which would have been okay, I'm not good into you necessarily because you've got a lot of the arc rifles that are anti-vehicle. You just got so many more bodies than I do, and I can't kill it fast enough. Maybe it would have been okay on Purge in hindsight. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
So interestingly, the reason we led me, besides me being a defender on the team, is because my matrix was garbage for this round.
Really?
I had the complete opposite to what you guys are thinking. I had pretty bad across the board. Ashy was my only drawable matchup, in my opinion.
Right.
Because it might seem like I've got a lot of anti-tank. The thing is, the arc rifles are not that reliable. At the best of times, they're D3 damage, so they can work.
Yeah.
And the anti-tank that I have is... It's good, but it's not great. In my experience, the first 3 rounds was that it's not good enough. So
Yeah.
my advice to the team was bin me, put me out, bin me, and I will take the worst thing off the board. My plan was I was going to take Jonty off the board if you gave him to me, to get it out of the way so that we could clear the team to go and succeed. giving me Ashley, in my opinion, was the mistake you guys made that meant you lost the round.
Right.
Because this
Right.
this was the only winnable game that I had, and I
Yeah.
went out
Interesting.
and won it.
Yeah.
We'd sort of discussed afterwards. If you had led Ashley, then it forced us into putting Ashley into a matchup we really didn't want, because
Yeah.
like, we didn't want Matt into it because Matt just doesn't know what it does.
Yeah.
Which no one knows what it does except me. So
Yeah.
the ultimate goal was that I got it, and
Yeah.
you unfortunately fed it right into my hands.
Yeah.
We were expecting that you'd give me Jonty and probably yourself, Pato.
Yeah.
Because my list is very susceptible to being rushed down by melee armies, and I was going to
Yeah.
take. My priority was I take Jonty, then I take you, then I take Charlie. I was never going to take you because everyone was comfortable into you. So it's like, Michael, you're never getting CK. Forget about it. Josh was the other one I was going to take because we didn't really want to put Josh into like our CK matchup that can go over a ride quickly. So
Yeah.
that was what
Interesting.
when we flipped the tokens and you gave me, I think, you,
Ash.
Charlie, CK, and Ash. We went, well, this is not what we expected, and actually
Works in your
shockingly
favor.
good where we wanted to be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I think that's probably a symptom of we just didn't have data into AdMech, so we're theory crafting a lot of
Yep.
what that matchup would be, and we may have overestimated your list, you know. But
Yep.
it's a reflection that we don't have an AdMech player in our team.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, Ashley, if you're listening, you will need to start playing that.
Yeah. Now he's probably the most experienced AdMech player we have now, just by virtue of having played Michael a couple of times.
yeah, exactly. And to be fair, this pairs well into me. I just got bottom of turn.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are a couple of little moments he could have swung things. I know he beat himself a bit about it, but really it was I got bottom of turn.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that makes sense.
on Purge, bottom of turn means I can play a bit more of a passive game, knowing I can push out and score 16 at the bottom of the game. I don't need to score massive on primary early. I could let him, have a slight primary lead. I just focus on scoring secondaries and pound my way through a 12. I was asked to get a 10. Did what we did.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think
Charlie,
early on. Oh, you go.
No,
You
go.
No. I was gonna say like the Josh game result was early enough that we knew about it, but at the same time, Jonty was looking like he was blowing out Matt, so those two games kind of equaled out.
We knew that would happen. The plan was a little bit of a plan from not that we made many plans on the previous night. It was mostly we bought 3 buckets of those awful pre-made shots, and down them all. Then played rock band until about 1 a.m.
I feel like you're just flexing on us now.
No. But what I was to say is, part of our plan was, hey, do we set up Matt for a big day 2? Really boost his confidence. Let's let him loose and see what he can do.
Yeah.
Jonty was the one match that we really didn't want to get, which is why I was going to bite
Yeah,
and
sure.
take that one. Because we knew that Jonty would just run him over, and that's not saying anything bad about Matt. That's just, Jonty knows how to play CK.
Yeah.
He knows how to. There is a skill differential there. We didn't want that to happen. Rather, someone like myself plays that for for an 8 kind of thing. That's what I was predicting into it. It was like Jonty and try to let Matt loose on Ash or someone like that. But no, that was not what we wanted. But as you saw, Dan did his thing and saved us.
Yeah.
Save the day. And
then this last one, this is also not what we expected.
That's what I was expecting. Yeah, I was expecting the same.
What we expected.
I don't know why the whole team was thinking that I was going to win this. It's like, what the heck you are talking about? I'm not going to win this game. And the problem was that once Dan obliterated Josh, they came to me and say, "Can you push?" I was like, "Oh," and I did a couple of bad decisions there, and I have a chat with Cam. I couldn't have played this game on a way more passive way. Stage took my natural expansion, killed the recruits because it's what he had to easy to get, and then just wait because he had the pressure. I didn't have to bring anything, technically speaking. He is the one that needed to bring the points, and he wanted to push. I couldn't go and club with the Thundy, but since I had in the bag, hey, we need more points. I was like, try to commit some stuff, didn't work, dude. I feel a 3 inches charge with a double one in a battle shock that was going to give me I kill Dark Strike there, give me the assassination, and I roll a double one.
I think the problem with this round and being asked to push is, while yes, that one matchup blew out very quickly in our favour, you guys also knew that John T was going to blow it out in return. So it's actually
Yes,
2 point
yeah.
each other before. It's like we're actually kind of at neutral at that point. And if your plan is to draw, there isn't actually a need to risk it and push it because,
No.
to your point, Peter, if you got, we had this down as 13 to 14 for Cam. Like we had it as a
Yes.
win for him. But if you pull, what's your real score? We got 59 in this round.
We
right?
did
So you
4
only needed-
points.
Yeah,
We needed 4 points.
4 points.
You play a more passive game. You slow it down. Can you get to 7? Don't know.
Yes,
but
at some point on the app, that was a 13-7 or 12-8,
Yep.
something like that. And yeah, I could have been ended like that with no problem. I did not needed to push, and yeah, I did what I was told to do, and everything went to shit.
I mean,
risk
that's the
when you got
learnings,
to
right?
push, right?
Yeah.
It's a risk
That's
when you
the
got to
learnings,
push. You
yeah.
accept that it's gonna, it makes your matrix suddenly wildly volatile because and if you come back with a 3 like this, it's that's nothing bad. That's because you got asked to push. Because conversely, you could have pushed, it could have worked out. You hit your 9-inch charges, you bring back 10. Suddenly, you guys are actually winning, not winning the round, but you're on the upper side of the draw. So
the draw, it is what it is. It's the learning. It is interesting for us first time that we have also a coach that goes around and feeds you with data, and I think is you trust what I'm telling me that I need to do this. Cool, I'll go and do it. That's it. I don't question shit. I just do it. So yeah, interesting. I really like that. So
No, I think this was the round we learned a lot about our parents' process, our preparation, and throughout the round what we needed to be doing.
yeah.
So no, it was a good result.
Also to be fair with you, Michael, and we at least myself, I was sitting at the streaming table that day in the morning, so I couldn't be there when they thought that I was a good, because there was a world that they didn't put me against Ben. There was another pairing that I could have ended, or somebody could have taken Ben before, but I couldn't give my input at any point, which is also another problem. So yeah, learning curve.
That's fine.
So
I'm happy with 4 points, man. We'll get it next time.
So here, to this point, what we did in this event, based on some of the feedback from you, all the players, is that we lock the first place and the second place only if they come undefeated to the final round, and this is
Not including
what
draws.
happened.
Not including draws.
draws.
Has to be 4 wins. So I actually really wanted to draw with Michael's team just to see the chaos, because then anybody in the top 4 could just jump up, which would be hilarious. But no, it didn't happen. So both of you, Chris and Michael, went into the last round undefeated, completely undefeated.
Yes.
So you were locked for first and second.
And it was I think that's a great move. I really liked that you did that. I really liked that you locked the thing. And everyone else I've spoken to said the same thing. Actually, it was a really good measure. And actually, that completely influenced how we went into this, because we looked at you guys and we're like, these guys are the favorites. And we looked at our matrix, and looking at it again now, and we're like, we can't see any way that on our projected scores into this game we actually win it. We just didn't think it was possible. So we were like, right, there is no point in playing for a draw here. There's no point in playing for a draw here. So we're just going to sort of attack the swingy matches and see if we attack the swingy matches hard enough, hope for a blowout, and it doesn't matter if we lose because it's fine, we're still at second place. But if we can force a couple of unexpected blowouts, then we can potentially win. And that's what we'd have to do to win it. And so that's how we went about it.
Yeah.
And it did work.
You can risk that, right? Because you're not going to lose so badly. You drop down to 6th place or something.
No, exactly. So that was the strategy going to. I think that was the right strategy. It didn't work, but it was a gamble. It was a roll of the dice.
100% it's correct, because we did the exact opposite, and we went, we're up on you guys by 30 battle points. Any draw locks is a win for us, because you can't, even if we got the lowest possible points in a draw, the points you gain over top of us wouldn't catch us. So we're like, we're playing for a draw here. We're playing for the most stable, boring draw you've ever seen to lock in first place. Which for Matt, that did not work for his psyche. He's like, guys, I cannot play for a draw. Like, this is not how I play. So we're like, Matt, don't. I was like, pretend there's an invisible barrier on halfway. You never cross that barrier. You hold your home and you hold your expansion and you do secondaries, and that's all you do.
Nope. Bowling.
Looks like he full sent.
We learned our lesson. It's, don't hold him back. He's a stallion. He needs to run.
Yeah.
He's a stallion. That is amazing. Yeah, he's a stallion. He needs to run free. He's
and sometimes he'll get lost, and you'll find him at the glue factory, which happened this time. But other times he'll twin world eaters. So hey,
Excellent.
What he does.
Oh my god! So Chris, you took the mirror match.
Yeah, well, I didn't take the mirror match. I would say I didn't take the mirror match. Dan threw that down as a mirror match. I wasn't expecting him to do that, but there we go. But I did. I looked at this and I thought this was a mirror match. Cam and I were both running red card, and it wasn't a mirror match at all. Cam had by far the better match into the mirror. And to compound that, I didn't realise that. He realised it and I didn't. So I went into this. I knew him having Dark Strider, me not having a Dark Strider, made a difference to how it was going to go. So I had to dedicate a lot more of my stuff just to hold in my backfield than he did, which gave him a bit of a material advantage. And then, as he put it afterwards, we both had an equal number of Sunforge units, which would kind of cancel each other out. And then he had his 2 Riptides left at the end, which basically just ran around and said, "I am just going to kill all the Grassuses." And that's how it transpired. And I did. I went through our strategic philosophy of let's play this aggressively. I'm going to see what I can do here. There's no point in hanging back on this, and it didn't work. Cam knows the army very well, and he credit to me, thoroughly outplayed me. But yeah, so that was the idea. I was going to play aggressively into this and going against his list advantage. It's a bit of a shame in some ways, because actually if I had played less aggressively and just hung on to one more point, we would have drawn this, which would have made no difference at all to the final standings, but would have been a nice little pride point. So yeah. There we go.
The final standings would actually reflect your standings, because I can't change you to second place in BCP for some reason.
Well, yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Michael, I don't know if you know how, but I couldn't change it.
I had no idea what was going on anywhere else.
You have to make a top cut. That's the way you do it. You make a top cut and you send the top 2 teams to the top cut, and then it doesn't matter what happens in that game. But anyway, I'll start selling my BCP admin services soon.
Yeah, yes, we need a consultant. Yeah,
we need a consultant, a tactical chili consultant.
Some of those yellow tactical chili dice would look really good with my red tactical chili dice I rolled all weekend. So,
nice.
Send some my way, and maybe I'll.
Did our dice work for you, my good sir?
Well, the problem I have is I have 21 of them. I don't know how I have 21, but...
Did you take the gold one from the box? Is that
No. I think I got given one at some point, and then I had to bag
give you
20.
One.
And
I give you one.
That's right. Everything that I roll in my army is 25 dice, because I have so many units with 5 shots each and 5 dudes, so I had to go and find 4 more dice that look similar.
We'll sell you 4 more. $10 each.
The way they roll, not at that rate.
I can sleep with them for a week to put it on the numbers.
Actually, speaking of the yellow ones, I hand painted all of those before the event.
They look great. My biggest gripe with the red ones is that you can't see the chili. I'm tempted to take mine out and hand paint a brighter red, like a Wazdacker red or a Wild Rider red.
That's what we did for the ones we gave out, is we painted all the chilies, because the factory red did not come out well. But I didn't have time to do all of the red ones for the stream table.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it is what it is. We have we took Odyssey this time and on the round.
I mean, this part went according to plan, right? We were looking to peer down, but
yes, we were looking to peer down.
We were slapped into it.
Yeah, this was according to plan, but not the other round. Here went according to plan, except for this matchup, I guess. But this was an error on the pairing. He shouldn't have ended up on the orc side, I think. But he took the bus, leaving all the other matchups up to go. You
Knowing
use much
his
Dylan, bro.
just looking on the as the only person here I feel like that can talk anything about agents. Knowing his
Yes.
list, it kind of operates in a very similar way of mine. That if you let it play a slow game, it will just score.
Yep.
It wants to slow the game down. I was the same to Doug Moore, where I said to him, interesting, Chris, I don't think he got your team's mantra of just go for it. He played quite the opposite and kind of played very passively. And I was like, look, if you just pushed me down,
Yeah.
I was in trouble.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
and I think and this is why I was talking to Chris about this afterwards. I think why he did well is because he just sent everything into Ash's list, and it's the same as mine.
Yeah.
That in individual activations, it's really annoying. But if you just pressure it, it cannot dig itself out of a hole if that hole is like 60 orc bodies with 5
Yeah.
spell saves in front of it, right?
I think Chris just ran at him and just picked everything
Oh
up.
yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
staged
Pretty
turn 1, and then he wired and charged everything turn 2. And T3 bodies will fall over when you've got orcs just like punching them.
And throwing dice is like, maniac. Yeah, pretty much. Jonty was doing Jonty's thing. We don't talk about this unless it's Luke Paramount. If he works fine, he will bring the points. Charlie, you got your revenge with Dylan.
Oh yeah, so I this was a funny one. The way I did the matrix for this team was, I mean, it's fairly drawish into a lot of the matchups, but I said the only one I didn't want was Dylan. Not because I can't play against guard, but because I have not beaten Dylan at a tournament in the last 7 years.
Wow.
But I have now. So what we decided, what happened was, I had just been saving up all my luck over the last 7 years against Dylan, and I used it all in this matchup. So
Yes,
I made it.
pretty much.
I made a 10-inch charge turn 1, and took his natural expansion primary, stopped him scoring. I charged my carnivore right down the middle into his tank commander and picked it up, just like 5 wounds through, picked it up, and then so my turn 1 carnivore, I had the super out table. I charged through, ran through everything, and just spent that single carnivore. Spent the next 4 turns Pac-Manning his entire way through to Dylan's home objective, culminating with eating solar on turn 5, just going through,
Waka 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 waka.
waka waka. And then what was really funny is I had 4 deployed some Nurglings, and Dylan had put a Hellhound, and then with the Super Owl mission, with the Hellhound there, if it didn't move, the rest of his army just could not attack my natural expansion. So 3 Nurglings just sat there for the whole game and didn't die. So I effectively controlled, if you look at Hammer and Anvil perspective, the entire left side of the table, and all I had to do was just send stuff into his natural expansion to stop him scoring. And this was the take and hold 6 objectives, and he just wasn't scoring enough primary.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and then that hero carnivore survived 12 multi-melter shots. It's like 3 or 4 tanks shooting at it, plus all the las cannons and everything.
That is mental. That is mental.
So, I mean, it shouldn't have happened, but it did, and I kind of just kept running at Dylan until he had nothing left.
Basically. Yeah. I pretty much, my game was pretty much the same. I just there was a heavy vehicle list here with Ballistus and a couple of Vindicators. And what I did was flank them and send in the center the Invictors to just throwing out, kill the scouts and all the little scoring units that he had with the Invictors, and then the rest was just clapping in the middle, and nothing is standard. We have a quite cool battle. Was the Lion? No, not the Lion. Azrael against Logan Grimmer. We had that battle at the round 4.
Classic.
Yes, Logan won. That's what I'm going to say. He axed that little prick to the ground. And I actually did that just because it was like the board and the game was already done. I had the Logan teleported turn 3 into a safe zone, move it, advance it, and then charge. Was not even necessary to do it, but I was like, why not? This needs to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good game. And at the end, well, we have let's go with the placings. So a part of this one that needs to swap, all the rest is correct. So by battle points is the difference here. So Rooster came fourth, Benchwarming and Odyssey. Odyssey took the lower on the what's name on the tier
C2.
two.
Yep.
Yes, but also remember that in the beginning they Nari was going to play with them. So that also
Oh, right. Yeah. They had
it
to
is a
swap out.
different yes, they needed to swap out last minute because Nari needed to travel overseas. Otherwise, I will say Odyssey had a little bit more power there, especially with the list that Nari brings that are absolutely madness.
Yeah, it was going to be a Nurgle list, I'm pretty sure. She was 3D printing a lot of
Yeah.
Nurglings. And Nari just
Yeah.
brings a lot of pairings experience as well.
Yes, also. Yeah, so that is something for consideration. Ivan, Palmy, and here is the difference. The Trondhammer was seed 4, B team was seed 3, and there is a display, a jump. I think worst matchup, I think this one was the one that got less votes for
They were, I think they
the
were in 10th place. Yep.
bottom. Yeah, they were bottom. They made
They
their
haven't
way
talked
up.
themselves up with a name, have they? If you don't know them,
No.
it's like worst pairings you've ever seen. It's like, okay, that's there's confidence
They tell-
oozing from the pores at this point.
Yes.
I think it's quite difficult as well when you get down to that level of teams. Not to take anything away from them, but I think
Yeah.
a lot of them have new players, people that haven't been on the
Yes.
tournament scene a huge amount, and people can come out of nowhere like Jonty and surprise. But I think when you're getting into that tier 3, tier 4 teams, the difference between them, it's quite hard to tell.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it is.
I didn't. I purely based mine off if I knew people on the team and had played them before and
Correct.
and knew that
You-
they were decent.
We did pretty much the same. It's like these players they have played a lot. Like I have maybe not played with them, but I have seen them playing teams. I have seen them playing GTs. So it's like, well, there is experience there. I put it there for experience base. But yeah, it was quite interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, it is. Yeah, so we have one team that wasn't in the rankings, like kind of what we had predicted with the voting. Everything else kind of
this one.
was in pretty much what we expected.
So what you're saying is next time we don't even need to play the tournament. Just get everyone to rank the teams and get out the trophies. Call it a day.
Pretty much. and then go to drink. Spend
Yeah,
the
we
day
might like.
drinking.
Can't speak for you guys, but we might actually do better if that was the case.
Yeah, I think so. The overall pairings we have Jonty,
personal placings.
Cam, and just to mention Jonty, Cam, and Hayden Courage,
Top 3 scorers. Yep.
top 3 scorers.
Greenville weekend.
All of the Liam also the other one that got all green.
4 wins.
Yep, 5-5-5,
I mean,
and
Liam just paired himself green matchups all weekend, right? Right, guys?
Yeah, exactly. All of them got greens all weekend.
let's put salt in the salty.
This
Not like
is the.
Us
This list
hard-working
is where we
fingers.
look at this is where we look at all the parents princesses who needed to be protected, get good matchups.
Yeah,
That's
I like
Jonty
it.
Larson in a nutshell.
yeah. I like us defenders out here dealing with crap all weekend, scoring up points down in the trenches.
Bring the
Not like me, Control C yellow, Control V entire matrix. Because
Pretty much. Yeah.
But
What?
I will say that Johnny Larson, it's not like that, bro. Johnny Larson, he actually fights for the points. He goes with time and hard matchup. That's the play that we want. But we only got Johnny. But yeah, I wanted to show that because it's only 4 players that got that, and from those 4, 3 of them or they all came from Team New Zealand 2024,
That's
which
true. Yeah.
yeah takes you there with the level of players that you have, and each one of them from the seed one
One from each.
teams. Yeah, one from each. So those are the divas on each one of the.
Well, what you're saying is we need to put Hayden in an attacker role with a defender list, and it just somehow works.
Apparently
It
that's the
kind of
way.
did, to be fair. Hayden was like, yeah, I can play anything. Just play anything.
Anything but Elder. Anything but Elder.
Well, he really wanted to play. Well, he really wanted to play into Alex Cameron from Palmy. I'm just looking at Hayden's
Alex?
matrix. So Hayden's matrix is like, yeah, basically Hayden wasn't particularly happy into sisters, but other than that, he's like, yeah, put me through anything.
Nice.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that was really, really, really good. We really enjoy. It's a lot of work, Michael. You have done with your team of Kraken a couple of time already. This mambo, and it's a lot of bloody work.
But more than a couple. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being sarcastic,
Look at
Charlie.
look at the tear behind Michael's eyes when he's like, God, I've got to start preparing for next year.
Yeah.
No, guys, it was an absolutely fantastic event. Really enjoyed it. It's absolutely great feedback from everyone that we spoke to. The pod phase was really well run. The venue was nice. Yeah, just 100%. I liked all your little touches with the badges and the. I've got all the little. We have a chronic problem with building leftovers that we never remember to make any sort of nice pairing cards. So we were like, yes, they've done it for us. And,
So we actually had ordered pairings mats as well, which we're trying to set up and make it. So I will clarify this, in the podcast today. Just a lot of those ideas I straight up copied from WTC, which is why Michael was like, we're having a little chuckle. Everyone's like, these were such great ideas. Yeah, I copied them from WTC. The intent was like, we had such a good time over there this year, and just the experience and the little touches, because it's not a lot. Having an event badge with a calendar, right? It's with a schedule. It's just so useful. You know what rounds you're playing, when everything starts and ends. They don't have to ask a TO or pull up a player's pack or anything. Just little, quality of life. They still ask. They absolutely did. But it's just little things like that. We try to go, if not everyone can go to WTC, but if we can bring some of those things back here and just,
motivate
let everyone have a little bit of a taste, just, see if people like it, see if it resonates. And it seems like they really liked it. The little, the taking heads thing, that was us.
Yeah, that was
that was
it's like jersey swapping, but with something that's significantly cheaper than a jersey. So.
Yeah. We talked about jerseys. We're like, people aren't going to have team t-shirts, especially the newer teams. And it's like, do I really want a Roosters t-shirt? Sorry, Luke, but I don't. It's not really like an Austria t-shirt, So we were like, why don't we give out these little tokens that people can then? Originally, we're thinking maybe it can be like a best swap. If you really enjoyed your game, you can swap your tokens and stuff. But we decided at the end it was probably simpler to just grab one. You can show off the games you've won, and bit of a showcase kind of thing.
Yes,
I think in fact people did all sorts of different things with them. Some people were just like swapping left, right, and center. And I remember after Roosters game, like six people approached me, sort of, "Can I have one of your badges?" Let's have them. It was giving them out the candy, but
I was the opposite. You gotta earn a dong.
A dong, the dong.
The dong.
You don't give away the
badge
dong.
was the rarest one of the weekend. You gotta earn a dong. You can't just have a dong willy nilly.
I got myself a dong. To be fair, I was very happy with my dong.
Do you realize, Michael, that your badge, the one that I made for you, is the dongless?
Yeah, it was dongless. Yeah.
Sorry, I was like, I have the opportunity. It's like, nah, I cannot not do it. Dongless.
Dongless was the best one. The other ones are all inside jokes for all we eat it at Myung Dong. So Dongless was the best one. The other ones wouldn't have made much sense.
Yes, so that's why I use that one. But those, to be honest, that stuff of the pins also came from idea that talking with Ryan, he was like, if you had kind of a flag kind of capture the flag. If you beat the team captains needs to takes the flag of the other team. So, but it was going to be more complicated, more time, and we came with this idea in a short notice. We used child labor.
Don't say that on stream, dude. This is recorded.
Good.
Yeah, doesn't
It was
matter.
an arts and crafts project for our children.
Yes. So it was like a play date from my daughter with Charlie's daughter, and they, yeah.
And we
So-
smashed out 300 badges over 2 days. That was yeah.
Solid effort.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Very
yeah,
cool.
so it's blood. It's have child bloods in your hands, bro. So
No, it's my blood. Actually, I got a blister from the machine, but you know,
it's because you don't never work, Charlie.
yeah, I've got
So,
delicate hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I work in an office.
Soft.
What do you expect?
Yeah, Microsoft. right?
No, it's really good. Yeah, just congratulations again, Michael and Chris and
Yeah,
your
both of
teams.
you.
Thank you
Myeongdong
very
and
much.
Northern Leftovers, first and second. It's a very good effort, and yeah, first team's event. It will for us go down in history in the Tactical Chilli Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Hope you
Flames.
Fine. Yeah.
flames. Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah.
Hall of Flames. Name it. We have
Yeah.
another one, Charlie. Hall of Flames.
Hall of Flames. Yeah.
Well, we need to-
Hope you enjoyed the trophies. That was again we had so many
That was great.
ideas, kind of a week out from the tournament, and this is what we do. I look at Pato, and go, I've got this great idea. He'll look at me and go, let's do it. And I go, can we do it? So this guy was 3D printing those basically 8 days before the tournament actually kicked off. Yeah, we were thinking we were actually going to go get the McDonald's Mario Karts and spray them.
for
And it kind
the
of just,
baseball.
yeah. And then we're like, well, we're doing a Mad Max kind of theme. So we wanted, orc buggies. And I actually said,
Yeah.
can we get the actual orc buggy models, scale them down and 3D print them? And then he went and found all these Mad Max STLs with orcs. And yeah, actually just
And
turned
we
out
wanted
really
to
well.
do
Right.
it
That was
bigger.
really cool.
We wanted to do it bigger, like the sandworm that you have, Michael. But the time frame that we had, I couldn't print like 2 of them per round, and it's going to take me forever. Like
I
it's
think
like,
you get I think you get a pass for this one for the amount of stuff
Yeah.
you guys set up for this one. I think you get a pass.
This is
Next time,
fantastic.
we'll
next time
expect-
needs
time.
to be.
But
yeah.
also it's annoying because now I'm talking to the Kraken team going, damn, these guys are doing all this stuff that now puts us back on watch. Like, no, we have to do it, or more accurately, we'll
You
employ
have to do
you
it.
guys to do it for us,
Yeah,
Oh,
basically.
okay.
and then we'll add it to our events as well. And go, look at our original idea.
Yeah. I'm just the ideas guys. Talk to Pato.
Yeah, I'm the one doing the stuff. Charlie's the one bringing the ideas last minute. It's like, can we do this? And I'm dumb enough to say, I think I can do that. I was
He
like,
says yes to
"Let's go."
everything. It's great.
We've got some ideas. I'm brewing stuff up to
Excellent.
bounce to come back and
Nice.
challenge you guys.
Looking
with
forward to
your
it.
Ideas. Yeah.
We have been talking about doing also something in between Kraken and Chile, and the Kraken Chile could be something that happens at some point, but something big. We need to, yeah.
It's on my to-do list for Kraken is to
yes.
talk to you guys about 2025 and some big plans.
I've already named the
Yeah.
event. It's Chili Crab, a hawker's tale.
Crab? Crab? Bruh.
If you can't tell, I come up with most of the names for our events.
Yes, Charlie's the one.
just randomly.
I don't know. He has too much time on the toilet, and bring all these bloody
That's what the
ideas.
corporate life's all about. Too much
Yeah.
time sitting on the toilet doing nothing, doing irresponsible stuff, wasting
I
company.
should just be in marketing, but they won't give me a job in marketing.
Yeah, they don't want. But yeah, Michael, we were going to talk with you. It's we also trying to capitalize all this energy for 2025. We are thinking in big stuff. Well, we were going to do a close-up video to kind of like tell you guys what is going to happen. But we have big ideas, and we will need the community to be with us on those crazy. Some of those are crazy. Some of those ideas are. Major leagues, I would say, or big words, but I think with the community that we have, 100% we can do it.
My goal is 100-person event. 2025, I want to see a 100-player tournament in New Zealand. Crack the triple digits.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
that
We might need a Kraken Chili collab to get that done, but
that's easy peasy, bro.
I think
Chili
we're close.
crab.
So
Yeah, chili
we'll work
crabs.
on the name. We'll work on the name.
It's a great name. What are you talking about? It's a famous dish,
Uh,
Singapore's most famous dish. We'll go for a food
Oh.
thing next year.
Yeah, could be something with the tentacles, and we can do Lister to create a logo. It's a chili hentai. See, there
Oh
you have it.
god. This
We
is what I
have-
have to work with, guys. This is what I
We
have
have
to
standards to uphold at Kraken.
You could have just gone for squid there. You know, squid was the obvious chili squid, but there you go.
Chili
Spicy,
squid, yeah, true.
spicy squid.
Spicy squid.
Spicy squid, yeah, something like that. But yeah, thank you very much, both guys, to be here with us. As always, we ended up talking a lot of shit, but it is what we enjoy, bringing you guys, making comfortable and talking about everything. Sadly, we don't have all the time of the world. Um, but yeah, we hope that you enjoy the event. The feedback has been positive. Anything, as we said, we can improve. Always, we are open to that. It's part of the learning curve. Michael, you have done this a lot of times, and you guys have been around playing tournaments, both of you. So yeah, it is good to hear people enjoy it, people that has been around. So yeah, thank you for that. Charlie, do you have anything else that you want to add, my good friend?
No. I guess. Are you guys going to lakes at all?
I'm not, no.
No.
Too close. Too many things on in November, so we've taking a break from the lake. As much as I want to go back and get another one of those trophies.
Yeah, they're amazing trophies.
Yeah,
Yep.
really, really
I-
cool. So
I guess a bit of a shout out for the Lakes event coming up next week. I believe registration is closed this weekend, so still time to get in if anyone wants to get in. List
yes,
up
I
on
think
Monday.
it's yeah.
Yep. Lakes is always a good time, and I think there is a Wellington event in the first week of December, and that just closes out our tournament season.
Yeah, because
There's one. Is there one next? There's two events next weekend. There's one in Auckland, right?
there's one in
GuardCon?
Auckland.
Oh, GuardCon.
Yes,
Okay.
there is. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
GuardCon.
that one just got added. Yep. So yeah, there is also GuardCon, which is the ACG one. So hit that up. I think it's a 2-dayer. I actually didn't look into the details.
Pretty
Yes,
close.
it's
here.
It's their 2-day.
2-dayer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Today,
Yeah.
and it's in the Auckland University. I'm pretty sure.
That's right. Yep. So
Yeah.
it should be decent parking,
Yes.
decent venue.
Yes.
The link has been added to the Linktree site that I set up. So if you're keen, all the events have been added to the event list for the year.
You had also a couple of more things, so it's quite good. You're expanding the list, Charlie.
Yeah, whenever I see people post events up, I just add it in. I've added a Kill Team one in there for Hobby Master as well, I think, and just a couple of small ones.
But that's the end. Are we running something else? We don't know. Charlie wants to run another tournament, a doubles for
I want to do
Michael.
a zero rules doubles. None of the restrictions that we put in before.
No.
Just everything goes rules as written. You asked the TO, the answer is yes. What was the question?
That's Charlie. See, that's what I need to work with. But yeah, now thank you again, guys. We appreciate your time, and yeah, we will see you around most likely for another episode. Or, yeah,
Or
Cool
just
beans.
keep winning our events, and then we'll get you back.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
So
way.
Michael, we'll
That's
see
the
you in
way.
a couple of weeks, I'm sure.
Yeah. Whatever the next one is.
Actually, not even
Excellent.
our events, in any event. We
Any
will
event.
interview people
Alright.
from any event. So
Wellington might be a stretch, but we'll see what we can do.
excellent.
Hard work, bro.
Yeah.
Cool. See you guys. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks, gentlemen.
See ya.
Good night.
Thank
Have
you.
a great night. Bye.
Cool, Charlie. That was a very, very good wrap up for the Immortal Chilli.
Immortal Chilli, our first teams event. Very proud of it. I think we managed to pull it together without having too many issues, which was, I mean,
Yeah.
Next time I set up BCP, okay, just saying, that's one of my learnings. I'll set up BCP.
Good.
You don't touch it.
Good. You do you. I'm happy with that. But you're always busy, bro. You're always
Yeah,
busy.
I know. And next
But
time
it's
maybe
okay.
I'll put more prep into my army as well, which helps.
Yeah. Try to log your army. Hopefully, before a couple of days before the night of submission will be good.
Nah.
Doesn't help the team composition. Um,
But yeah,
and yeah,
we'll look to do more teams events next year. Hopefully, a lot more collaborations with other event organizers as well. And for us too, I guess for the rest of the year, we're going to lakes next week, aren't we? So
yes,
we'll probably do an
and
episode covering lakes.
correct.
Um,
Lakes and we may be. I still working the wife and the times of everything to go Wellington to cover to just stream in
oh, that's
Wellington.
very cute. Yep, that's a
Yes,
great idea.
yes, that's the plan. Our captain, Team New Zealand, Finn Decker, you hear it here. He offered to comment the tables if we can do it, but I just need to work out the schedule here at home. Just because Victoria was going to a weekend off with some friends doing paddle boarding
All right,
somewhere.
good luck with that then.
I have 60% the job done. Just need to do the final push and do the wrapping.
Yeah, just don't fail the 3-inch charge, bro. That's all I can say.
Oh fucking hell! Yeah, because I'm battle shock already, so I
Yeah,
will not be able to roll that shit. Cool.
cool.
Thank you, Charlie. We will see you around.
Yep,
Thank you everybody for staying with us.
yep. Thanks everyone. Have a great night, and we'll see you after lakes or before lakes.
Yeah. Yep. See you, Charlie. And since Michael is here and he loves this, stay spicy.
Oh, bye.
See ya.